Good, uh, good afternoon, champions. Hoping that you are still having a great day. So, I'd like to officially welcome you to our today's analysis. Today, I would like us to still analyze the same index. I think that something is happening to the NAS 100, and I think that we are in the right track in making sure that we be able to capitalize on what the market is currently doing. So I'll just be starting off. So today it will be like maximum of 4 minutes analysis, yeah, and then I'll be through. So looking at the NAS 100, you can see we discussed this on Wednesday, so it is in our previous post, our previous upload on YouTube. So this is an upward trend. If I may zoom out, you can see this is an upward trend where we had a breakout. So we had a breakout in these areas. So we had a breakout in these areas that you are seeing here. This was where the breakout took place, this first breakout. And the moment that breakout happened, it was a sign that the markets were now ready to move towards the downside. And then we came to this particular point here, this particular trend line that you are seeing here. So the market, you see, the market cannot just break any trend line. There are certain formalities that have to happen for the market to create a breakout toward the upside. And what did the market do? So the market started moving toward the upside to come to this particular point of I can call it a point of resistance, because you can see previously, if you look at this area, you see here it acted as a region where the market were to break below out of, and then now in these areas it was acting as a region of resistance. So you can see, so the market had to respect again that particular, it had to respect that particular trend line. I mean, this particular point of support, this region of support that is here. So the market moved from these particular areas here, it moved to the upside. We had an M formation. I usually tell you that whenever you see an M formation, the markets are preparing themselves to move toward the downside. So we had a clear move to the downside, and you can see that this was a fantastic pattern that the markets were showing towards as it was moving towards the downside. And I think I mentioned this on the last upload, that you see NAS 100. This are the top 100 companies. These are the top 100 companies that are usually in the United States of America. So whenever you see a go down, it actually means that these companies are currently the economy is moving toward the downside. And whenever you see that the company is making any loss, the company will always find its way to ensure that it doesn't make any loss, and that any losses. So that's why what we usually expect out of the NAS 100, it is always a move toward the upside. So whenever you see kind of a correction, this pair is usually most of the time impulsive. So any move that is moving toward the downside is most of the time a correction, and we are actually expecting that the markets will continue move to the upside. And that's what you are seeing here. You can see that when the market came to this particular level, they rose up to this particular level, came to these particular areas here. We had a small consolidation here. The market broke above this. So what am I expecting? That is, you can see that this breakout that has happened in this particular area, it can come back for a retest, obviously, because any breakout must always be followed by a retest first of all to this particular point of I can call it this time round a point of support, but previously in this area here, it acted as a point of resistance. So so I'm expecting that the market is going to move from its current market position to this particular area here, and then it will tend to correct itself to this particular high, so that it can be in the same level with this particular point of resistance that is here. It can create a retest to this particular point of support here, this one that you are seeing, and then we are expecting more moves to the upside to this particular level. So you can see that here it is kind of more of a buy formation that you are seeing here. So this looks more of a buy formation. So this is kind of an upward movement. So that is what I'm expecting for NAS 100 when it comes to the daily time frame. So let us move to the hourly time frame, where I know for sure that we are going to find some entries. So looking at it from the daily time frame, you can see that from the daily time frame we have got this nice pattern that is moving towards the downside. So you can see, let me start from this particular level here. So you can see that here, let me start from this breakout. So you see, whenever there is a breakout, a correction is usually, most of the time, a correction is usually followed. So you can see that we had, when we had this breakout, we had a correction in this particular area that you are seeing here. Before market moving towards the downside, we had an upward movement. Fantastic patterns. You can see that here we had a move to the downside, a move to the upwards, preparing themselves to create a breakout, a retest, further breakout to the downside that you are seeing here. Came to this particular point of support. We had a move to this particular point of resistance. Kind of a correction, an impulsive move to the upside, and then we had this small move down, an upward move. You can see that we have got, so the market have got a lot of consolidation. So you can see that M formation. So this an M formation that you are seeing here, or double triangle, a move to the downside, further move to the downside to these particular levels here. And you can see that we are sitting on this particular point of consolidation, M formation, a move to the downside. So you can see these are complete M formation, a move to the downside to that particular level, had a correction, a move to the upside. And this is where now I come in. So you can clearly see that this is a breakout. But then this breakout has been followed by what? A correction that has happened in this particular area. That's why you can see that I'm currently in this particular trade, and you can see that in this. So previously, this region acted as a point of, it acted as a point of resistance. You can see that it acted as a point of resistance. So this time round, it is going to act as a point of support for the market to move toward the upside to this particular level that are here. So that is what I'm currently expecting. So in this trade, I think we are targeting. So in this trade, we are targeting around 69 pips, a risk of only 20 pips. I think that is nice. That is fine. So that is all that I had for you for today. Continue having a great weekend as you are preparing to move toward the weekend. And it is always my prayers that may the pips always